What is up, killers? Kev here, and today back with a brand new episode of 5 new console mods to hit the Bethesda.net website this week. This is going to be episode 440. Guys, we have a very special guest on this particular video. Wait till the end of the video to see who it is. You can pretty much get it through the thumbnail. As many of you know, I did a video on his channel. Now I'm returning the favor and he's coming on my channel, and it's such an honor. But without further ado, guys, let's just jump straight into the video. GomaPero Land V6 coming in at a big download size of 363.7 megabytes of a download, but do not let that download size deter you. Hear me out before you start throwing your toys out of the pram. For this particular mod, you do get a hell of a lot of stuff with this particular mod. We've covered a previous version of this mod on the channel before, and it was absolutely sensational. This one is going to be an absolute beautiful island home. It has so many other different things within it. It's not just a player home. You can make this your home, but simultaneously there is so much to explore within this particular mod. It is absolutely insane. I must do a mini mod showcase of this particular mod due to the simplistic fact of there is so much to cover within it. It is disgusting. I spent hours walking around these many detailed locations. As you can tell on screen now, there's only a few snippets here. Hopefully this kind of does entice you to grab this particular mod. As I said before, it is absolutely sensational. As you can see, prior to that, this is a whole land. It wasn't actually joking when the sort of description or the title even came up on the Bethesda.net website. This is a whole new land to discover, and personally I am really loving it, and it's absolutely insane. Don't let that download size put you off, because this mod is really cool. Solitude Remake coming in at 306.5 kilobytes of a download. A few enhancements have been added to Solitude. New things you will see are more NPCs walking around the streets. A lot more vendors will be scattered around. The marketplace is also improved, and the mod authors added a couple of displays on the new shops. Solitude, one of the mod authors' favourite holds within Skyrim, has taken a new level with this particular mod. More features are going to be added on top of this one. No grey-faced NPCs as far to set to date. Hopefully more things will be added and won't actually change that property, but for me this is a really nice one. I've got a mod that actually increases the population to do with every single hold. For this one added on top, it was really nice to see, especially with a city this large. Flourishing with the NPC population has definitely given it that little edge with this particular one. Once again, that download size is going to be incredibly low to add to the overhaul and a little bit more immersion to do with a settlement or a hold, shall I say, this large within Skyrim. It's definitely worth grabbing this one and trying out, as it is going to be on all platforms. Game of Thrones House Shields coming in at 19.3 megabytes of a download. This file adds 4 unique shields representing the 3 major houses in Westeros, inspired by the TV series Game of Thrones, based on a Song of Ice Fire franchise. Craftable at any forge or anvil, you can pretty much get all 4 of these shields very easy and accessible. They can be upgraded at the workbenches too. The shields include the Direwolf Shield of House Stark, can be found under the steel category. The Lion of the Lannisters, this is going to be the overall war shield, once again can be found within the steel category. The Lion Shield of House Lannister will again located within the steel category, and the Dragon Shield of Targaryen, which will be located within the ebony category to do with the forge. Obviously all corresponding ones of those will hence the requirements within your perk tree to create them. Overall, once again, a beautiful mod. The models, meshes and textures for these shields were absolutely sensational. They were really on point. I really do like it when people take the time to add that little bit of detailing to each and every individual sort of file or mod within a whole collective bundle. This definitely is a really nice one. This will be paired with so many different things on the website. There is actually Jon Snow's Longclaw sword out there, maybe a few other different things that can be found on the Bethesda on a website that could inspire your whole game to be changed around the franchise of Game of Thrones. Nordic Wanderer equipment add-on, coming in an incredibly low 3.7 megabytes of a download. This is a small mod that brings 4 Dawnguard helmets of the Nordic Wanderer armor. This is going to be an absolute killer of a mod. I really do like this one, not only for the fact that the download size is incredibly low, but for the set features that are coming out of the helmet are going to be absolutely flawless. For these different ones, you can get many other different variation swords, as you can tell on screen now. 3 of them are going to be located within the steel category, and the last one, which I do believe is just a boosted version of the Dawnguard helmet vanilla wise, is going to be in the miscellaneous section. That one is going to give it a little bit more of a purpose to the actual helmet that you would have actually sort of expected from the DLC itself. Overall, I am going to be rocking this particular one in here. It looks absolutely beautiful. I really do love the horns on these particular ones. I don't know why, paired with the select set of armors, they definitely do change the helmet completely and can be fitted with many different armors within the game. To present the 5th and final spot within this video, I'm going to hand it off to Spectr Gaming. If you like what you see in the next clip, make sure to head over to his channel and slap that subscribe button. His channel will be linked at the top of the description. But for this particular video, guys, Killerkev here, and Killerkev out.
Hey guys, what's up? Spectr here, and first and foremost, I wanted to thank Kev for having me on the channel. If you're a PS4 player looking for highly curated lists of mods and even character builds, check out my channel in the description below. I also cover more modern RPGs like Cyberpunk 2077 and Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. But let's get into today's mod, MLU Full Version. This mod makes considerable changes to Skyrim's various in-game systems, specifically those surrounding enemies and loot. The first major change is to the loot system. The quality and quantity of high-level gear such as Daedric, Glass, Ebony, and Orcish armor and weapons will change. No longer will players come across high-level loot randomly. Glass items, for example, will be found in certain high-level dungeons and in the homes of wealthy NPCs, with Orcish and Daedric armors being found on strong enemies such as bandit chiefs. Race-specific sets, such as Orcish or Elven gear, will also be exclusively used by those respective races. You'll also find more Dwarven armor in Dwarven spaces, and other changes like that. Next, MLU Full Version will augment the crafting and smithing systems, as this mod actually nerfs the tempering mechanic, meaning that you can't take a set of steel armor and temper it until it's more powerful than a rare set of glass gear, for example. The rarer the find, the better the armor, making non-smithing characters a bit more viable. The gap between common and rare armor types will also be larger, meaning your choice of garb will be more important than ever. Unique and named armor and weapons will also receive a buff, making them even more desirable. Unique armor and weapons from quests will even drop at their highest level versions. And don't worry, for those of you who've already picked up quest-specific loot, such as the Dawnbreaker for example, this mod will augment its stats as well. A good set of armor is useless without properly leveled enemies, and MLU even takes a crack at fixing that. Rather than being significantly out-leveled at the game's outset and then being extremely overpowered by the game's end, MLU adds better enemy scaling to the game, ensuring more of an even-paced experience throughout your playthrough. The loot these enemies drop will also scale accordingly. And finally, this mod even adds new weapons and artifacts to chase. MLU Full Version adds ancient Nord hero weapons and new unique Thane weapons. All in all, MLU is a comprehensive overhaul that's great for any player looking to start a new playthrough with a much more consistent experience, or just for players looking for new loot to chase. Sadly, this mod is only for Xbox users, but for my PS4 fans, I can recommend rebalanced level lists, as well as MLU Bare Bones version, as this combination will accomplish many of the same things. But that's it for this mod roundup. If you haven't, make sure to give my channel a look, and definitely make sure to sub to Killerkev, as I love his videos and you will too. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.